this week on a Bubble Chat.
She basically restarted after her life of performing.
I was like, well then, how do you know this is going to happen?
Right.
Because most transgender people want to live their lives.
Being that he was racist on top of that, it should be something else slapped on it. Because even, just road rage people, period, is just dangerous.
I'm a person that overthinks things, has a tendency to overthink things, and has a tendency to...
I love him so much, and I'm just excited. And I can't wait till the day that it comes out, because I do want to see it, and I know how much you love it, so I would love to go see it with you so I can watch you watch it.
Divorce and breakup are emotionally charged events that can have varying impacts on individuals. I'm going to say it like this. Being a celebrity, raising 12 children with 6 baby mamas ain't for the faint of heart. That's for damn sure.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Bubble Chat. We've got a lot of topics to discuss, and we can't wait to dive right in. Again, excuse me because I'm chewing. I have to eat my food no later than 7:30. So I'm trying to get my food down too. So I apologize.
You eat later than that?
Yeah, it's a fast, so I eat from 11:30 to 7:30.
Oh, I got you. I get heartburn if I eat later than that.
Me too, but I don't care.
Oh.
To all our listeners, thank you for joining us on the audio adventure. Whether you're tuning in during your commute, at the gym, or simply enjoying a moment of relaxation, we're thrilled to have you here. Jawan?
Oh, yes. And to all our viewers, we extend a warm welcome. We know you're eager to see the faces behind the voices and experience the podcast in a whole way. Make sure you subscribe to us to wherever you get your podcast to never ever miss an episode. So let's get ready to pop some bubble from thought-provoking discussions. We're here to entertain, inform, and spark your curiosity. Get ready for a fantastic journey through the world of ideas and conversations.
Remember, Bubble Chat is just not a podcast. It's full of dysfunction, and it's also a community. We value your feedback, your questions, your suggestions. We just really appreciate you listening to us. And we want to definitely hear your voice. You get to hear us talk and laugh and debate. And we want to hear your voice too. So if you have any suggestions, comments, let us know. And I'm married, so don't be leaving no digits for me. Together we can create an engaging...
You can leave digits if you're going to pay for her. I'm okay with that. Remember, I got that deal. Remember, if they gonna give money, it's okay.
Boom.
I'm kind of feeling a little hustle flow, like I'm Taraji and he's my pimp at this time. But we're gonna pass it on over to Uncle Ruben the pimp.
Mac Daddy Ruben.
Once again, a big enthusiastic welcome to all our amazing listeners and viewers. Buckle up and get ready for an episode filled with laughter, insights, maybe a little pimping, and the joy of discovery. Thank you for choosing the Bubble Chat podcast. Now, without further ado, let's start popping some bubble.
Yeah, let's pop the bubble, you guys.
I wish.
It's kind of like a catchphrase ChatGPT came up with.
Don't threaten me with no good time.
Oh, shit. There we go.
I love champagne. Oh.
Okay, well,
I thought you were talking about being a born again virgin, but
that's what I thought she was talking about. Shit, that's what my mind went. Shit.
Oh no, I was talking about champagne.
Oh, I thought she was talking about
No, child, this bubble been
Virgin
years
something,
ago, child.
popping
All right.
bubbles,
Let's,
and
okay,
I
let's
thought
get
that meant she
professional.
was.
Let's get professional. Jawan is
Okay.
waiting.
Oh.
We're here for you, nephew.
Joanne, just don't do that look on your face if you ain't trying to make me lay down today. I can't take it today. Don't do that look.
I'll try my best.
I'm a little.
Baby,
I'm sorry.
baby.
I'm a little
Jawan.
loopy. I'm a little loopy. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. I've been
Okay.
driving. I've driven close to 1,000 miles in 3 days. So, man,
Damn.
I'm tired. So if I sound a little loopy, that's all right.
Bless your heart.
So
All right,
let's go.
Jawan, we're ready for you.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, we begin today's episode with heavy hearts as we share some sad news. It's with great sorrow that we inform you of the passing of a true icon, Tina Turner, who passed away a couple days ago. Oh no, wait, it was yesterday. This news has undoubtedly left us all feeling a deep sense of loss. Tina Turner was a legendary musician and performer whose contributions to the music industry were immense. Her powerful voice, electrifying stage presence, and incredible talent resonated with millions of fans worldwide. Her songs like What's Love Got to Do With It and Proud Mary became anthems for generations. Tina was 83 years old when she passed while fighting a long-time illness in her Switzerland home. Tina Turner was a force to be reckoned with. Her artistry and her ability to connect with her audience were unparalleled. Her music will forever be a testament to her talent and the lasting impact she had on the industry. Guys, I'd love to hear about your thoughts on the passing of this legendary queen.
Well, I grew up on Tina Turner. So she was, an icon to me. And she had that undeniable, recognizable voice. So whenever she sung, you knew it was Tina. There was no guessing. You knew it was Tina Turner. Yeah. And she was about to sing her heart out or perform her heart out. She was known for her legs, her performance, her energy. And one of the greatest things about Tina is that, she basically restarted after a life of performing. She got out of a tough situation and left with nothing. And in her 40s, she started all over again. And she went into rock and roll, which, there wasn't really any Black female, rock and roll artists. And, people were telling her no, but she did it and she became a superstar on her own, and that was very powerful. And, I have much respect for her, and she found her peace. She found love, and she found a beautiful life in Switzerland. So, my hat goes off to her. I just want to say one more thing. My favorite song was Private Dancer.
Yeah, I think I remember when I first discovered Tina Turner. It started with one of her most iconic songs, Proud Mary. I remember the first time I listened to that song, it has that amazing energy that just lifts you up. Like, it starts off slow and melodic, and then before you know it, it explodes into a frenzy of rhythm and soul, and I can totally relate.
Oh, I love me some Tina Turner. Why, God? Why he take her? Why?
She's,
she gone.
She's with the ancestors now.
Oh.
Well, anyways, Proud Mary has that magical ability to transform your mood and get your body moving. And her voice and the arrangement of the song are simply electrifying. And that transition from the slow intro to the uplifting tempo is like a burst of joy. And every time I listen to that song, it always brings a smile to my face. And fills me with so much positive energy, and it's a testament to Tina Turner's incredible artistry and the power of her music. Mom, do you have anything you'd like to say since you interrupted me?
Nutbush City living. Hey, Nutbush City. Joanne, if she did all of that for you, why you ain't singing?
Because I was trying to give my thoughts.
Okay. All the men come in these places, and the men are all the same. Okay, let me just say this. I love Tina Turner. I loved the movie. What's Love Got to Do with It? My favorite scene was when they was in that limousine, honey, and she kicked Ike's ass and jumped out that car and ran across that street, and she only had a little bit of money, and she went and told that hotel, the man at the front desk, and he let her have that room, baby. And when she finally left Ike, she was done. And then another time I like when he told her to eat the cake in the diner, when he said eat the cake, Anna Mae, and she wasn't eating that cake. She was a feisty little something. She's a Leo. And I love her. Rest in peace. I love her so much. I was even Tina Turner I've been Tina Turner a couple of Halloweens. I love her that much. You see my hair color. And when I take this ponytail off and this stick on top of my head, it's going to look like hers.
Uncle Ruben?
So yeah, just an icon. I think that's the easiest way to put it. My first true experience with Tina Turner probably had to do with that when the What's Love Got to Do with It album came out, and the videos and watching and me memorizing all those damn words to What's Love Got to Do with It, and me singing a damn song like I was, little Uncle Ruben was over there singing the song, thinking I was Tina Turner Jr. And it was just, that's the power of music, and music that transcends, and it just gets you, and you know that it's she's an icon because it's just it has a little 8 or 9-year-old kid singing What's Love to Do, but it just keeps going. There's Simply the Best, all that stuff. And starring in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and just you knew who she was, or whether she would do it with David Bowie or Mick Jagger or whoever, and holding her own, getting better than them. You knew it was her. It just, the beautiful documentary that was done on HBO Max or whatever it was, knowing she found peace in Zurich, Switzerland, and her applying for citizenship, knowing what she had to do to get citizenship there, and finding her true love there in Switzerland. I think it's amazing how a person can finally find that peace, and
yes,
she's resting, and she's no longer suffering from whatever illness she had, and that's always important, I think, in the long run. So she'll be missed, but her music lives on, and I think that's important. So
absolutely,
beautiful.
Ruben?
Oh my gosh, now we get to this wild stuff that's going on. High school graduations and discrimination and transgender kids. So on behalf of the Bubble Chat, we send our condolences to Tina's family and loved ones during this difficult time. Her legacy will live forever, remain etched in our hearts and in the annals of music history. Now we're going to be taking a closer look at recent incidents involving a Mississippi judge who denied a transgender high school student the right to wear a graduation dress that reflects their gender identity. This is an issue that highlights the ongoing struggles faced by the transgender community. According to a CNN report, a Mississippi judge ruled against a transgender student who wished to wear a graduation dress that affirmed their identity. This incident has raised questions about equality, respect, and the rights of LGBTQ plus community within the court documents. It is revealed that a commencement participation agreement was included. This agreement shows that LB and her mother signed it on March 14, 2023, and acknowledging the conditions required for participation in the graduation ceremony. The graduation policy of the Harrison County School District states that the students are expected to wear dress shoes, dress clothes, specifying that girls should wear dresses or dressy pantsuits and boys should wear dress pants, shirts, and ties. The policy does not explicitly address dress code rules for LGBTQ plus students or mandate that students dress according to their assigned sex at birth. In response to the situation, LB's mother, Brown, explained graduation school dress policy is girls have to wear white dresses and boys have to wear a white button-up shirt with a tie and black pants and white socks with black dress shoes. This has never been an issue before. We felt like we were abiding by school dress code according to what she identifies as. So here's a little more background to this story. She identified as trans as a girl the entire 4 years she was at the school. She didn't just all of a sudden identify as a girl right before graduation, and the school knew it. She dressed as a girl the entire time. She went to prom as a girl. She wore a dress, and it wasn't an issue. And then when it came to the graduation, they signed the graduation memo and everything. They didn't say specifically that they had to dress as their assigned their sex at birth. Didn't say anything like that. But then when it came to the graduation, she was told she wouldn't be able to participate unless she dressed as a boy.
Wow.
And that's when the family sued, saying that she's being discriminated against, to have to sue, to where she had to dress as a boy to be able to walk in graduation. What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's unacceptable that the student who identifies as transgender or any sexual orientation for that matter is being targeted and denied the right to wear a graduation dress that affirms their true self. They have put in the same amount of effort, time, and dedication as any other student to achieve these milestones. And I think no student should ever have to question their worth or their rights to celebrate their achievements. I think it's imperative that we come together to fight against this kind of inequality and ensure that every student, regardless of their gender identity, can experience a graduation ceremony filled with pride, support, and acceptance. Any, what are your thoughts?
This is going to be a moment of honesty. I believe she should have been allowed to wear a white pantsuit or a white dress if that's what she wanted to wear. Point blank, period. It's not the school's business. It's not any other parent's business. It's not it's not a legal issue. How she identifies. We should respect this, but I'm going to turn it back to until this country stops being anti-Black, and I need all the other marginalized groups to hear this right now, whether And I want to say that I don't believe that. I think that transgender issues for me, not about the sexuality, is actually about the identity. I want to say that your gender identity. But until these other marginalized groups participate in stopping the systematic oppression of Black people, they're always going to have targets on their backs too. Point blank, period. Asians are going to always have targets on their back. People who consider themselves Latino are always going to have targets on their backs. Anybody in marginalized group, women, you're going to have to stand up so we can stand up together.
1,000,000%.
And people don't hate this comparison, but I'm going to say it. To me, as so for so many years, our natural hair, for decades, for centuries, our natural hair wasn't accepted. So there was a rule within our community where others are aware of it, is that even if we wore our natural hair and that was our preference, when it was time to interview or job, we would get the pressing comb out or the perm, the relaxer, to straighten our hair to assimilate to their standard of what they think is professional. So we could get a job. Because if you wore your hair like this, or in braids, or in a big afro, you just didn't even feel like you could get the job. Hair discrimination. I mean, we're talking about skin discrimination. We're talking about cultural discrimination. And we're talking about hair discrimination. Discrimination is discrimination for so many reasons. And this young student was discriminated because she identifies as female, which is, I believe, her human rights, her civil rights, and it's nobody else's business. Like, why are you so worried about that?
Right.
Why are you so worried? You can't you don't want gun control, but you want to control how this girl sees herself and her identity. That doesn't make no sense to me.
At all.
And that's my 2 cents. I don't have nothing else to say.
What are your thoughts, Mom?
I just be glad when they just get over it. I think people just want to make a big deal out of everything nowadays, and social media just at times do too much. And I don't feel like it was anything wrong with that baby dressing how that baby want to dress. And we're living in 2023.
Right.
Not 1823. So they just making a big deal out of nothing because they want to. They'll make a big deal out of anything. So that's just what they do. They just always got to make a mountain out of a molehill, like my mama would say. And that's why I can't stand social media. It's just something we have to be on, but I don't like it. And I just hate the peer pressure.
With social media, though.
I'm sorry.
I don't think this has anything to do with social media.
Well, that's where I found out that they did that to that. So I heard the story on social media.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. And I feel like they just push and, send out all those negative things. And that's what they live on. That's why I hate some of those different networks. I mean, not networks, but some of the Instagram people, such as one what is it, on site? I can't, they always just got to push all the negative stuff, and they put fire on the gasoline. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And the way they headline it and put extra stuff, people just go looking, and they just feed off of the negativity, and it's just ridiculous.
I do agree with you. I think that there's a lot of clickbait articles. A lot of people there's a lot of headline articles that are just clickbait, and then they don't even read the article. They just read on social media, they'll just read whatever's the headline. They won't even go into the article and read what the article says. And they think that they know what's in the article, and half the time shit ain't even what's said in the article. And then a lot of that stuff is made up. Years ago, I watched the interview, and these guys were getting paid thousands and thousands of dollars for making up news and posting on Facebook, and it was just, they were just getting paid, and people believe this stuff, and then you had the rise of Donald Trump. So all this transgender negativity comes from these people believing that it's going to affect them because Fox News puts it on there. It's like, oh, these transgender are going to molest your children in the Target bathroom. No, man, that's not how it works. One time I got into an argument with a person on Facebook because he was all going back and forth with me. I was like, how many transgender people do you know? Because obviously you're talking like transgender people. And he said, none. I was like, well, then how do you know this is going to happen?
Right.
Because most transgender people want to live their life. They're not looking to molest children in bathrooms. Most people that go to the bathroom are going to the bathroom. Pedophiles are going to pedophile. And there's a difference. Transgender people are trans and they just want to go use the restroom. And that's the problem. But people in media have this false equivalency, and they make these fucked up arguments and say that transgender people are mentally defective, which they aren't. And they create all these bullshit lies, and these people believe it on these bullshit news stations that are bullshit. And it's just so irritating because it's like, white America believes it. Most America believes that shit, that watches that shit. And that's why we get these articles about trans people are going to go invade your bathrooms and rape your children. That's not true. That's not going to happen. Most trans people are fearing for their lives. Trans people are being killed. On my social media, I follow people that are trans, or I follow trans allies, and it's heartbreaking seeing people die, hearing the news of people being killed, Black trans people dying because of idiots. And it's just heartbreaking.
I don't think most people believe it. I just think that I don't believe most people believe that. I believe most uninformed, not well-read people believe that.
Okay, I'll agree with you. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I just want to say that I don't.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll take it back. So yeah, you're right. I'll say uninformed, unread people believe it.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything else?
I don't have anything else to say. I just gave my opinions.
All right. So Eve, you got the next topic?
I do. Up next, we will be confronting a disturbing incident that has recently occurred. A driver was caught on video yelling racial slurs, the N-word, at another driver. I saw the video. He repeatedly used the N-word. He was road raging. There was a time during the video that he looked like he was trying to swerve into or threaten the person with his car by swerving into them. And when he went to the left, and then he lost control of the vehicle, and then he hit the sidewall.
That was so funny.
I tell you, that was instant karma right there. It was
Instant.
It was actually.
I didn't know it was in Oakland.
It was in Oakland, California, our neck of the woods. Anyhow, he was eventually arrested, and I think there's some hate crime charges.
That's good.
And I think possibly assault with a deadly weapon or threatening because of the vehicle. Yeah, he. I don't know. It was, it's an event that I've had happen to me. Not the danger of, someone trying to ram their car, but I dealt with the road rager and they used the N-word, and I was, okay, you're gonna just go to that. You're gonna go to that. So, my thoughts on it: he got his karma. The police arrested him. His name is out in public. Oh, yeah. And by the way, one more thing. He is he has a history with my underage children.
That's a good story. Oh, that's good.
I mean, it's unfortunate for the child involved, and but yeah. So I mean, he's not a model citizen. He's not a model citizen. So he's like this disgusting mix of pedophile and racist.
Yeah. This goes to show everyone that there is no question in my mind that this is a haunting example that racism still persists in our society. And this incident serves as a jarring reminder that we have not eradicated the destructive and divisive force. And it is utterly unacceptable that in this day and age that people continue to be targeted and victimized based on their race. And the actions of this driver yelling racial slurs and attempting to cause harm are deeply disturbing and far from forgivable. We cannot allow incidents like this to go unpunished. And the driver involved must be held accountable for their actions, and the driver is held accountable, like you were saying, Eve. There must be consequences for spreading hate and engaging in racist behavior. And I believe that it is our collective accountability to stand up against racism and demand change. And we need to continue pushing for greater education, awareness, and legal measurements that protect victims of racial discrimination. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Mom, what are your thoughts?
First of all, I watched that video and I just was so happy to watch him go fly into that wall. He was so molded, so shame. But he should be tried and go to jail and do time, because that could have caused like a death. That could have caused a big pile up. That's just like when the police is chasing after a car and the driver run into somebody. He's charged. You go to jail. That's like, it's dangerous. You could kill people on the street. So he should go to jail and do some time. And if he don't, they should totally fight until it happens. That man deserved to be in jail, period. And and being that he was racist on top of that, it should be something else slapped on it. Because even, just road rage people, period, is just dangerous. But then to be throwing out some racial slurs on top of that, yeah, he got what he deserved. And he's a pedophile, you said he?
I did indeed.
Yeah, he needs to rot. in the pit of the jailhouse. And they gonna get him, honey. If they booked him over there in Oakland, honey, he's downtown in Oakland, baby. They're gonna get with him. I know he's scared. I know he wish he could just go back in the hand. I know he wish he could turn back the hands of time and relive that situation because he got to pay in more ways than one. And I have no sympathy for him.
Yeah. Shall I move on?
Yeah, you can. I don't really have any thoughts. I was going to tell you a story I saw. I didn't see the video. I tried to see the link, but I've seen road rage. It's probably one of the worst road rage incidents. When I was in the DMV area, I was in Maryland and driving home from work, and traffic used to be horrible. When I'd get off work, I lived like 6 miles from work, and it would take me at least 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes even an hour to get home. And one time I was sitting at the light, and this big dude, big white dude, got out of his car. And he was sitting at the light, got out of his car, and went back to the car behind him and started yelling at the person that was behind him, like just yelling at him. And I don't know who was in the car behind him, but I think it's probably, I don't know. It's just crazy how I've been a road rage. Eve tells me to calm down, but I've never been that crazy where I've needed to go after anybody or anything like that. But I'm never going to call anybody any names. I've never done any of that stuff. Like, not that, even in the worst traffic, I just kind of just fume a little bit, cuss a little bit, but man, that's a
You
Oh,
don't use
idiot.
any racial slurs and you don't bring up race or cultural identity, but you do use idiot.
I do use idiot. I even use idiot today with that car that stopped on the highway.
You do name calling, but it's not race involved or gender involved. It's just
just call me idiot.
Idiot or MFer.
Yeah. I do that a lot. So, but man, that guy on the highway today stopped on the highway. I hate people that stop on the highway when there's no need to stop on the highway.
He was challenged.
Yeah. And I gave them room to merge over, and they were still stopped. But that's neither here nor there. We can move on. Sorry. I think it's time to talk about The Color Purple.
Yes, and I think Mom has that story.
I think, Shay, it's your turn to talk about The Color Purple, Shay.
Okay. Up next, a new trailer has been released for the upcoming 2023 movie, The Color Purple, which will be released on Christmas. The Color Purple is set to make a stunning return to the big screen in 2023. The trailer teases a visually striking and emotionally charged story promised to capture the hearts of audience around the globe, based on the beloved novel by Alice Walker and previous adapted into a landmark Broadway musical. The Color Purple tells a compelling tale of hope, resilience, and the power of self-discovery. The film explores profound themes of racial why I can't never say the word. Say the word, Joanne. Racial inequality.
Inequality.
Say it again.
Inequality.
Inequality. I don't know why it's such a tongue twister. Racial inequality, sexism, and the strength of human spirit, What makes this film even more exciting is that two iconic figures are involved in its production. Oprah Winfrey and Steven Spielberg are both serving as producers of The Color Purple. Spielberg, who directed the 1985 adaptation of the story, brings his experience and vision to the reimaging. And who can forget Oprah's powerful performance as Sophia in the original film? Her involvement adds an extra layer of significance to the upcoming adaptation. Guys, what are your thoughts on this exciting release? First of all, I cried when I watched the trailer. I was very touched by it, and I can't wait for it to come out. Christmas Day, I will be there. I was happy to see her. And did y'all see the trailer?
I saw it. At the movie.
Her and Fantasia and Taraji, and it's gonna be off the hook. And Taraji was the perfect person to me to play Suge Avery.
Yeah, at the movie.
And I can't wait to. Huh?
Go ahead.
I just can't wait to see it.
Okay, well, me as a moviegoer myself, I couldn't help but anticipate the release of The Color Purple and the impact it will have on audiences. And the impact, it presents an opportunity to explore important social themes through the art history of filmmaking. And I can't contain my excitement about the recent trailer of The Color Purple. It was absolutely amazing. The visuals, the emotions, and the overall impact of the trailer left me spellbound. But here's something that caught my attention and made this film even more intriguing. Fantasia, the talented season 3 American Idol winner and R&B singer, will be making her acting debut as Celie Johnson. How a remarkable achievement is that? I mean, I can't wait to see her bring Celie's character to life with her incredible talent and artistry. It's always fascinating to see musicians who expand their creativity into the world of acting, and I have no doubt that Fantasia will deliver a captivating performance. Her presence in The Color Purple only adds to the anticipation of the level of excitement surrounding this film. Any what are your thoughts?
I just want to say that this is not her acting debut. She starred in that role on Broadway, and she also starred in a Lifetime movie based on her life. But this is exciting to see Fantasia. She's like one of my favorite of, all these singing contests and competitions. She remains one of my favorites. I'm excited. The Color Purple by Alice Walker is one of my top 5 favorite books.
Oh.
And I used to do a dramatic interpretation as Celie, so the character is close to my heart. And what else I want to say? And also, it makes me think of my godmother, because you guys know it, but her name is Gabrielle. And my godmother supported her when she was up and coming. She's from the Bay Area, and my godmother used to buy books from her. The first book, my godmother brought some copies. My godmother has Alzheimer's now, so it's a little bit sad, but it's just nice to know that someone you knew believed in somebody, and you see that person having a successful music career. Now she's delving into acting, and so I'm definitely gonna go see it on the big screen.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be a movie date.
Oh yeah, and
it'll be a movie date with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll tell him to get ready. I'll tell him to get ready.
Yeah, I just want to clarify that this is her acting debut on screen. Just to clarify.
Okay, got you. On the big screen. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I know
Okay.
I am aware that she made her acting debut in the Broadway musical. And I don't know about the documentary, but this will mark her on-screen debut performance.
Yeah, it wasn't a documentary. It was it was like a Lifetime movie. Fantasia Barrino, a Lifetime story. Lifetime would get everybody to act in the movie.
Oh yeah. What are your thoughts on Ruben?
So, I have a long history with The Color Purple. I used to watch that as a kid. And, so I watched the trailer and I'm fascinated to see the movie because the visuals are stunning. And I don't know much about the Broadway musical, that part, but I'm sure it'll be amazing. I know a lot about I watched the movie a lot as a kid, and the reason being is my grandfather, Francisco, he liked watching The Color Purple. He bought it, one of the few movies he bought on video cassette, and he watched it, and we watched it together. So, so I've watched that movie quite often. So, so it brings it's those kind of memories that I have of The Color Purple.
Do you know why he
So
liked it so much?
I don't know. I never knew why. I think maybe because of Oprah. I don't know. Maybe it just reminded him, because my grandfather ran in those circles of old black towns, small black towns,
Yes.
and rundown towns, and that kind of thing. So I think he related to that kind of farm life, and he could relate to those
Those characters.
those characters. So maybe that's where it comes from. So, but I think it also related to Oprah. I liked Oprah. But my favorite part is, of course, you told Harpo to beat me, of course. But I always say that, or it's gonna rain on your head. But I used to say that all the time. Whenever it would rain or come down raining, it's gonna rain on your head. I don't know if y'all remember that part.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I know.
but I'm excited to see the movie. I think I'll have a date night with my wife if she'll have me. But
No.
I'm gonna wear my African outfit.
Oh shit. Then maybe I won't have a date night with my wife. We could go matching though, maybe.
If we go back, okay. If we match, then I won't wear it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's I think even Quincy Jones is on there too. I saw on the trailer.
Producer of the film.
Yeah, I saw that too. So
Along with Oprah Winfrey and Steven Spielberg.
yeah, I think that I saw that as well. So I think it'll be amazing. Who could go wrong with all those famous names attached to it? So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Well, on that note, be sure to check out The Color Purple. Now, we are continuing to celebrate Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, a time to honor and recognize the contributions of AAPI community. In our quest to shed light on AAPI heroes, we want to focus our attention on a remarkable individual who made a profound impact on civil rights activism, Yuri Kochiyama.
Yuri Kochiyama was a Japanese American activist who devoted her life to fight for social justice and equality. She was an inspiration and a driving force for change. According to Stanford University online exhibit on Yuri Kochiyama, her activism began during World War II when she and her family were interned in a U.S. concentration camp. for Japanese Americans. This experience spurred her commitment to fight against injustice and racial discrimination. Yuri Kochiyama's work extended beyond the Japanese American community. She was a passionate advocate for civil rights and supported the Black Power movement, working closely with leaders such as Malcolm X. Her tireless efforts to bridge communities and fight for rights of all individuals made her a force to be reckoned with. As we reflect on Yuri Kochiyama's legacy, we recognize the importance of her contributions to the ongoing struggle for equality. Her story serves as a reminder that activism transcends boundaries and that solidarity is a powerful tool in creating lasting change. During this AAPI Heritage Month, let us pay tribute to Yuri Kochiyama's bravery, resilience, and unwavering dedication to social justice. Her actions continue to inspire countless individuals to speak up, stand up, and to fight for a more equitable world, and to fight for what's right.
Welcome back to the Bubble Chat. We hope you enjoyed that short break and are ready for more exciting discussions ahead. Get ready to dive right back into the bubble as we continue our episode filled with entertainment tidbits throughout our provoking topics and engaging conversations. So sit back, relax, and let's get ready to pop some more bubble. We're going to be shifting our focus to a recent article that caught our attention. According to page 6, Nick Jonas reveals that a tragic duet with Kelsey Ballerini landed him in therapy. In a surprising turn of events, Nick Jonas opened up about the emotional toll of a collaboration that left a deep impact on him. The article highlights his reflections on how the particular duet with Kelsey took a heavy emotional toll and led him to seek professional support. This revelation brings to light the pressures and challenges the artists face not only in creating music but also in navigating the emotional journey that comes with it. It's a reminder that the glamorous and success, there can be a vulnerable side that is sometimes overlooked. And I wanted to take a moment to bring this up, especially since the fact that May is also Mental Health Month. But enough for me. Let's hear from our co-host. What are your thoughts on Nick Jonas's candid admission, and does it surprise you that a collaboration could have such an impact on an artist's mental well-being? And how do you think this reveal contributes to the broader discussion on mental health in the music industry?
So I was reading, I tried to figure out what was going on. So I tried to figure out, so I read a little more. So what happened, I guess he went into a guitar solo and he played a note wrong in the guitar solo at the American Music Awards during the duet that they did of Casey Ballerini's song. And then he whisked away, got on a plane, and he was talking to his manager. He told the manager, "Oh, I messed up." And I guess he thought it is. So I kind of understand it because I'm a person that overthinks things, has a tendency to overthink things, and has a tendency to. So I'm not on Nick Jonas' level. I would never consider myself on Nick Jonas' level as a performer, but as a person that deals with anxiety and overthinking and all that shit. Not shit stuff, because it's not shit. It deals with issues. I can understand it, and the pressures that we put on ourselves. And a lot of times we put that pressure on ourselves where nobody else is putting that pressure on, because from Casey Ballerini's perspective, the performance was perfectly fine, that nobody really even noticed that it was a bad performance, that the note didn't even go out of place, that the song was perfectly fine. But in his head, it was a bad performance because all those years as the Jonas Brothers and all those years of performing, everything had to be perfect. So that pressure to be perfect all the time, that pressure, that all that pressure you put on yourself to be perfect, it just builds up and builds up and builds up. And I understand that because all that in my life, I had to deal with a mom that I had to be perfect for, that wasn't perfect herself. And I was dealing with all that in my life. So I understand to a certain degree that I was afraid to fail her. So he was afraid to fail his audience. So it took me a long time to deal with those type of emotions. So I understand getting that help. Now, I'm not saying I'm in the entertainment industry. I'm not comparing the two, but we're normal. We're people. So we can relate to that we have the same struggles. And we have that same effect on each other. So it doesn't have to be the entertainment industry to be perfect. You don't have to be in the entertainment industry, because we all go through those same struggles of anxiety and having to be perfect all the time, to have to be. But what I'm telling you right now is you're not going to be perfect all the time. Life isn't going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes, and I've made plenty of them. I take medication to help me not overthink anymore, and good Lord, thank God I do. And it has helped me wonderfully, because there's plenty of times where I wouldn't sleep over at night because I couldn't shut my mind off.
What kind of medication? I want.
It's
she's a druggie.
Oh.
No, I'm not. Does it make you relax?
It's not the bad kind. No. It's not like not Xanax and stuff like that. I wouldn't take that. This one, like, they don't understand how it works, but this stuff actually crazy because it shuts my mind off. I still think sometimes, but it's not as bad. Like,
but does it relax you, or is it a stimulant?
It doesn't do anything. I don't know how it works.
Eve, text that to me.
Shoot.
Okay.
And they don't even know how it works, but it's I take a small dose, but and it's helped me over the years.
Excellent.
But because before it was like horrible, but I can relate to Nick Jonas understanding that in that perspective of wanting to be perfect, wanting to understand or analyzing the mistakes you've made. Because I will go and analyze, if I have an argument with Eve, how could I have not had that argument? Or if I have argument or had an argument at work, what could I have done better to not have that argument? What could I have changed? And I would sit there and think about it. Sometimes I would think about it for 3-4 days before I was on medication. I'm not advocating any medication. It's not an advertisement for medication. I'm just saying it's helped me, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that so I can understand, talking to a counselor, talking to a therapist, so I can relate to all that. All those things have helped me work through these issues over time to let things go. I'm not going to be perfect. So I've talked long enough. So I'll let y'all.
Joanne need that.
Yeah, yeah, I think like in the entertainment industry, where the pressures can be overwhelming and the demands are constant, it's easy for mental health to take a backseat. But Nick Jones's willingness to share his experience reminds us of the importance of taking care of ourselves. Even in our own lives, we may have felt the strain of mental health challenges. And just like you were saying, Uncle Ruben, about anxiety and overthinking, I went through that too to this day. And I recall a couple of months ago, I believe, when I took a self care day, and because we postponed recording our podcast episode, it was a necessary step to prioritize my well-being and ensure that I could show up as my best self. Mom, any thoughts?
Me being an entertainer and especially being a makeup artist and hairstylist, and Eve can say this, we always have looked for perfection. And I used to, just stress out about the way I look, what I'm wearing, my makeup, my hair, I would always have to be just so fixed up and all of that. So, now I'm to the point where I don't care what people think. And if they don't like it, that's their opinion. But it does not, I just be myself. And whoever can't accept me for me, then fine. I hate the fact that social media once again, and even with Snapchat and all the filters and all of that kind of stuff. Like, I love that stuff. But then if you do it too much, you'll get addicted to it. You won't want to show your real self. And in the comedy industry, it's peer pressure. And if somebody go up before you and they kill, then you're like, should I do this joke? Should I do that joke? Or should I, you just always tripped out because you do want perfection and you do want it. But as soon as you just say, I don't give a fat rat's ass, that's when I think I do my best, when I don't give a shit. And I think that's when I look my best, when I don't give a shit, because I'm not trying. So my inside, your personality, your confidence in who you are on the inside, that's what shows on the outside. Because there are people who we think look beautiful, but it's the body language and all that. It just be like, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with him? But it's because they feel insecure and they're not confident. Did that answer the question?
Yes, it did. What about you, Annie?
What about me?
What are your thoughts on, Nick Jones picking up about
No comment.
So I guess you got nothing to say?
Not on that. And not where anybody wants to hear my opinion on that.
I did.
Mm-hmm. I assure you don't. And Joanne doesn't want to hear it either.
Okay, so
You are a mess.
Eve don't give a fat rat's ass either. She just like me.
Okay,
I mean, I do give a rat's ass, but not about that.
That's what I mean.
All right, Shay, it's up. You're next with that good burger topic.
Welcome to the Good Burger. May I take your order? Okay. The return of the Good Burger. Our next topic is bound to fill you with nostalgia. Wow, dog. Y'all know I got a 6th grade education. Nostalgia. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Can we edit this part out?
Sure.
Okay. Shay, you have to take at least 15 to 30 minutes before we go on air and do your homework. And then his script is a guideline. It's not like a policy that's unbreakable. It's a guideline for you. And if you would take the time to read it, you can switch words out that you cannot pronounce or you don't know the meaning of, and you'll be okay. But that's on you to research your parts.
Yes, I did not have time, but that's what I usually do. But I didn't have time today. And again, I'm just myself, so I don't know some of the words.
Yeah, it's just a guideline.
Yeah, but I gotta read it because I don't know this story. So just help me with a word if I don't know it.
What's the word?
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Okay. Our next topic is
bring back memories.
Huh?
It brings back memories. Nostalgia is bringing back memories, like old memories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So our next topic is bound to fill you with nostalgia. 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 Joanne, please take this.
I don't know why Jocelyn is trying to eat out, and I'm trying to hold Jocelyn back. Jocelyn, hold back. Jocelyn is coming out. Jocelyn is coming out.
It's funny because Ruben is laughing.
Oh my God.
Nostalgia. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, here I go. Our next topic is bound to fill you with nostalgia and delicious anticipation, according to the article on CBR.com. Photos have surfaced revealing the existence of a sequel to the beloved film, Good Burger. That's right. The mighty Mullet and the legendary Ed are making a comeback, which is one of Joanne's favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
As fans of the original Good Burger, we can't help but to feel our hearts skip a beat and the prospect of the sequel. The article hints at the opening of Good Burger themed restaurant, which only fuels our excitement. Good Burger 2 will be released on Paramount. Yes, that's right. Our favorite fast food duo will be serving up laughs and adventure on the streaming platform. However, no official release date has been confirmed yet. We'll have to stay tuned for that burger flipping announcement. Cute. But we don't want to hog up all the limelight. We're eager to hear from our co-hosts about their thoughts on the Good Burger 2. How excited are you for this long-awaiting sequel? What are your expectations and hopes for the return of these beloved characters? Are you ready to indulge in a burger-filled adventure once again?
As a huge fan of the 90s, I can't help but gush over the original Good Burger movie. When I watched it for the first time, I was immediately hooked. Like the humor, the energy, and the incredible chemistry between Kenan Thompson and Kellen Mitchell were simply electrifying. And I'm not alone in that admiration. Good Burger has received rave reviews that has become a cult classic over the years. It's no wonder why fans like us are eagerly awaiting the sequel. But let's take a moment to recall another fantastic duo from our 90s days, Kenan and Kel. Their hilarious antics on the show that left all of us a lasting impression. They were a comedy powerhouse, and they still are today. With the announcement of the movie going into Paramount Plus, I can't help but contain my excitement, and I'm ready to relive the fun, laughter, and that special 90s vibe once again. Now, I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on the sequel? Mom, I'll start with you, since you watched Kenan and Kel way before I was born.
I did, and I love them so much, and I'm just excited. And I can't wait till the day that it comes out, because I do want to see it, and I know how much you love it, so I would love to go see it with you so I can watch you watch it. And I had fun. I've had fun over the years, even when you wanted to be Kenan.
Oh, yeah.
For Halloween, and I helped you with your costumes, and you nailed them.
What are your thoughts?
Congratulations to them, and I hope you guys get a lot of good laughs watching it, because I'm not.
Uncle Ruben?
Yeah, Good Burger passed me by, and Kenan and Kel were a little after my time when I was watching. I know they were on All That or whatever that TV show was, and Kenan and Kel and all that, but I was just a little bit after my time. So, I know that they've had their success, and I know The Good Burger was a successful movie, but I hope they have success. And maybe Paramount Plus is over here advertising on my TV as we're filming this podcast. So maybe I'll see if I can find Good Burger and watch it tonight as I fall asleep.
Yeah, let me
see if
check.
it's.
I think it might be on HBO Max or Paramount Plus. Let me check.
And that's it's not something that interests me, but I know that people were talking about it nonstop. They loved it. They were obsessed about it. I used to see little kids in them little hamburger, those fast food uniforms and the braids on Halloween. I mean, it was huge. So again, much success. But I just, I'm old, so it's kind of like.
Yeah, it's kind of like
my kids didn't watch it, so that's so I missed it.
I was in Okinawa when it was at its height.
Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah, I was like in Okinawa when it was at its height of fame, so I was kind of missed out on that moment in time. When you're 2 years in a foreign country, it kind of, misses out on a lot of things. So, but good luck to him. Maybe I'll watch the new one because I like Kenan. I think he's funny.
Now he is funny. I've seen some of his stuff, but not Good Burger.
Anybody else? Got anything else, or you want to move on to the next topic?
Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to move on to our next topic about celebrities that we barely know anything about. Up next, we're diving into a world of celebrity relationships and emotional turmoil that can occur when things take an unexpected turn. If you're ready for an engaging discussion, actress Brittany Stowe opened up about how she was blindsided about her divorce with ex Tyler Stanaland. After time and consideration, Brittany announced on her September 14th, 2022's Tyler and I have made the difficult decision to separate. Tyler echoed her statement in a matching post expressing that the decision was made with love and mutual respect. They realized the need to take time to ensure that they're living their most fulfilling and authentic lives. Their story began in 2018 when Tyler slid into Britney's DMs. He shot his shot and won. It was successful, describing their connection as the most millennial way at the time. Britney knew of Tyler from his Instagram post, while Tyler admitted that Britney had always been his unattainable crush. It was a meet cute that captured the essence of the digital age. Now I turn to you guys for your thoughts on Britney's reaction. Also, do you react differently to divorce or a breakup?
I'll start by saying this. I think people do react to a divorce or a breakup because divorce and breakup are emotionally charged events that can have varying impacts on individuals. Some experience shock, pain, or even sense of relief, while others may feel betrayed, angry, or lost. And it's a complex array of emotions that can vary from person to person. And honestly, after hearing this, I can't even begin to imagine the range of emotions Brittany Snow must have experienced. It reminds me of the situation where actress Keisha Knight Pulliam, who is best known for as Rudy Huxtable from The Cosby Show. She went through, from what I can heard, she went through faced a similar blindsided divorce with Ed Hartwell, not the same but similar. But Ed Hartwell was is a retired NFL player, and it was a public ordeal that left many shocked and wondering how such a thing could happen. However, I will say this, that the beauty of all this is that she is now married to Brad James, and from what I can tell, they appear truly content and joyful together. And these stories just go to show us that even in the midst of painful divorces, there is hope for a brighter future. It's a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the ability to heal and find happiness again. And I hope everything goes well with Brittany Snow. And I just wish her and Tyler the best on whatever they do. Any weird thoughts?
I wish them peace and healing.
Mom?
Same here. And the bottom line is sometimes that happens in relationships. And I think I like to see people fight for their marriage. But sometimes you can't fight. If it's worth a fight, do. But if not, let it go.
Oh, Ruben.
Yeah, I was reading. I tried to read the story, and I was just kind of trying to figure out. I had to figure out who Brittany Snow was, and I tried to figure out who Tyler Shanaland was. So just for context, Brittany Snow was in Picture Perfect, right? Was that
Pitch
right?
Perfect.
Pitch Perfect. That's right. And Tyler Shanaland is on Selling the OC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, if you meet on Instagram, I'm not saying, I'm not knocking how you meet, but I think sometimes you gotta kind of meet organically sometimes, and then like Shason said, you kind of have to fight for it if you want it to be. But also, if you're two types of people, like if he's in selling real estate and she's an actress, there's a lot of times where you don't have time for each other when you're selling real estate and you're acting. You got to make that time for each other. That's always going to be a challenge, finding that middle ground where you're always out there trying to hustle and make sales, and she's out there trying to get gigs, and things aren't going well, and then your relationship's not going well, then you're blindsided because it's no longer cute what he used to do, or she's no longer cute, and it's no longer a fun relationship, and it's becoming work. The relationship become work after a while, and that's where you have to put in that extra effort. And I think you have to fight for it. I hope she can heal from it, and hopefully eventually she finds what she's looking for, because it's out there, I think, as long as they're willing to work for it. So that's all.
Hello.
Eve, it's time for you to talk about Nepo babies and Nick Cannon.
For our final topic of today's episode, we're diving into the exclusive interview with Nick Cannon, where he shares his thoughts on whether he wants his kids to be Nepo babies. Get ready for an interesting discussion regarding a recent interview. He shares his thoughts on raising his children, especially in context of his own fame and success. He mentions that while he recognizes the advantages that come with being a Nepo baby, Nepo babies refer to the children of the rich or famous or powerful. Um, he also wants to ensure that his kids have their own unique identities and are not just known for being his children. So, what I want to know, you guys, what are your thoughts? Is it easy or is it challenging for Nepo babies to establish their own identities and pursue their own passions? What impact does being born into a famous family have on their journey?
I think it depends on the child and their personality, because some kids love it. Some kids feed off of it, and some kids use it to their advantage. Other kids want to, like, I know some of the Wayans boys who does comedy, one of the sons, Damon Wayans' son, I believe. And then another one of those Wayans, they never mentioned, that they were in the family. They don't really use that because they want to earn it. And that's cute and that's fine. And I'm happy for them. But if my mom and my daddy was celebrities, I'm going to just ride that. I'm going to ride that one. I think that it's tough being a celebrity too, because as a child, for some, because they want to feel like a normal kid and they have to have security. They can't go to their friends, if they go to a regular school, which that's usually doesn't happen, but they can't always hang out and go to the slumber party or go to the birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese, because when they show up, it's going, paparazzi and all the shit. It's just not good. So it's a lot that goes with being a celebrity child. I watch my cousin, who is Lunel's daughter. She's a celebrity herself. She's a dancer, but she's been going through this with Lunel since she was a baby. And, she love it. Like I love to watch them. She love it. And she go to all the big shows. Like when Lunel is in New York, she love New York. When Lunel go to New York, when Lunel do all the big stuff, then Danelle shows up, honey. And she shows up and love it. But some, they just don't want to be in it. I would.
I'm trying to find out what a Nepo baby is.
It's a celebrity's child.
It gets on because the father family is famous. That's really kind of the idea behind it. It's a term that's just popped up recently on. You see it a lot. It's used derogatory in a derogatory manner.
Right. But it's derived from the word nepotism.
Yeah.
I honestly feel sorry for Nick Cannon's children, because that boy got so many kids and so many baby mamas, until it just ain't fair. Because, just say if all of them had a Christmas dinner on Christmas Day, he got to make a choice where he gonna go, unless they're gonna all be in the same room. Like he has so many baby mamas, and it's really sad. The good thing is we are living once again in a new world. So when you're born into something, you just used to it, you adapt.
That's your normal.
I mean, you know what they say?
Nothing different.
Being a parent,
unless you compare to people and be like, I like the way they live.
At least you can afford to. How many kids he have now? 12?
I think 12
or 11. I thought it was 11, but my point is that I know at least the kids will have financial support. They will have a roof over their head, they're feeding their babies, and I'm sure they'll get a good education. So
totally that.
I don't feel sorry for them. There's a whole slew of children out here with one parent or no parents. So to be honest with you, I'm not saying they're going to have a perfect life because their father is rich. I personally just don't have time to be feeling sorry for Mr. Cannon's children. I think they're going to have good lives as long as the parents are loving and there to support them. I'm just not going to be feeling sorry for them.
You don't have to. But I'm saying from even with Mariah Carey's kids have issues with it. Like it's a jealousy thing. It's a this, it's a that, because he can't be in all these places at one time. Now, yes, they will have good education. I would love to be well off, me now knowing, but sometimes kids just want their parents. You know, they just don't. It ain't all about
They
the
got a
money and the
mama.
huh? I'm
They
talking
got
about
a
as far as their dad. Like some people, especially boys, like the kids might have a football game and he another got a basketball game. He can't be at both places, and he just have a lot of children. But yes, they're gonna be financially okay. But kids do have issues when their parents cannot be there for them all the time. It's hard enough for him to be working so hard. He's a hard working man. He just took on Jamie Foxx game show and doing all that. And it's okay when they babies and they cute little babies and goo goo gaga, but when they get older and start having emotional issues and need emotional support, sometimes you just need your parents.
I'm gonna say it like this: being a celebrity, raising 12 children with 6 baby mamas ain't for the faint of heart. That's for damn sure.
Well, I do know that Country Wayne, he has a bunch of kids too. And I love the fact that he has bought all of the baby mamas a house on the same block. So they are all family. And he have brought them all in as a whole, like they are an empire. So I like the way he's working it with them. But sometimes them baby mamas, they don't want to participate in I ain't staying next door to her. I don't like her, whatever. But I wish I had those problems because at the end of the day, yeah, as an adult, I be thinking about that money. But these kids don't. Most children, they need more than money and education. Sometimes they just need to be.
Well, I didn't get money or education. I didn't get money or love or support or anything like that from my father. And I understand a kid missing their parent. I was that kid. But again, his kids are going to be well taken care of.
No, they are. That's no question. But it is going to be some emotional issues.
There's going to be some emotional. You can have two parents. My two kids.
You can. I'm just saying, as far as him.
Here, my last two, they have two parents. They got emotional things going on. It's not ideal. I'm just not like again. It's his. At the end of the day, it's his business.
And it is definitely his business, and we definitely all have our opinions.
Yeah.
And for me business. To watch Mariah's kids, I kind of felt some kind of way with that.
Well,
but
I'm gonna
my
say this,
opinion.
People choose who they have partners with, and things happen, man. Shit. Like my mom and dad had sex, and they made me, and my mom never wanted to see that man again, and then she poisoned us against our dad. So, so we never had a relationship with our dad. So I see it that way, same way. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, people have those kids issues. I didn't get no support from my dad. First time I met my dad after I was 3 years old was when I was 22 years old, and now he's just a man on the street. So, sperm donor, whatever you want to call him. I talked to him, but I don't want a relationship with that man. Like, why do I need a relationship with you now? It's like, what can you do for me now? Like, when I needed you, you weren't there. When you could have fought for me, you weren't doing it. So what's the point? Like, but people choose to have sex with their partners, and they choose to procreate with these people. So when they choose to bring, he already has 6 babies with 6 different women. You already know you're gonna just be another baby mama on the block. So you already know that you're gonna have to share that time with this man. So you can't feel sorry for, you're gonna expect what you expect. Right.
And that's not fair to the child.
Well, it's not fair, but you are now expecting a paycheck. You're using it for a paycheck. That's my assumption.
Yeah, and
you got pregnant. It was an accident. You got pregnant, and that's or it's whatever it is. Whatever happened.
It wasn't no
whatever.
accident.
No, they're planned. They agree to bring it into it. They agree, to bring it into it. I think what is a good thing is that at least he is a father, even if it's unorthodox for our society. He is a father who is not just out there having children and dropping the ball. These are planned children that he wants to have, that he can provide for financially and on some level emotionally.
They're not thinking about the child.
No.
So that's the issue, but that's not, so, whatever whatever's happened, allegedly, whatever, we can't talk about that. That's neither here nor there. That's his lifestyle. That's their lifestyle. It is what it is. I think that's, people choose lifestyles, and that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do.
And I have met Nick Cannon. I was on a movie set with him for 3 weeks with Lunel, and he is so sweet. He's nice. He gives everybody opportunity. He brought so many people in to do that movie, that Christmas movie, and he is a sweetheart.
They're also probably, I don't know. If anybody got anything else to say?
That I love Nick Cannon, and I didn't mean to offend anyone. I just felt sorry for the kids. That's it.
Yeah, I think we've killed this topic to death.
Joanne, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of the Bubble Chat. We've covered a variety of thought-provoking topics and engaged in meaningful discussion. And we'd like to hear from you, our amazing bubble poppers. What are your thoughts on the topics we discussed today? Did anything resonate with you? We value your perspective and would love to continue the conversation. Reach out to us on our Instagram at the Bubble Chat, drop us a message, or leave a comment. Your feedback is incredibly important to us, and we're eager to hear your thoughts. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery. We look forward to bringing you more engaging episodes filled with interesting topics and enlightening conversations. And don't forget to subscribe to the Bubble Chat on your favorite podcast platform, whether it's YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or anywhere else you like to listen. Subscribing will ensure that you never miss an episode and stay up to date with our latest discussions. So hit that subscribe button, leave us a review if you enjoyed today's episode, and share the Bubble Chat with your friends and family. We appreciate your support, and can't wait to continue this journey with you. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back soon with more thought-provoking content. Stay bubbly and take care. See you next time. Bye, guys.